Imagine this for a moment. What if the only thing standing between you and your biggest dream was simply asking? It sounds too simple to be true, doesn't it? But the truth is, many people don't get what they want in life because they never learn the art of asking. They fear rejection, they doubt themselves, or they simply assume that the answer will be no. But asking is not just about words. It is about courage, clarity, and a deep belief in your own worth. In this video, we will discover 8 powerful ways to ask for what you want so that you can finally get it. These points are not just rules. They are a new way to see yourself and the world. Let's begin this journey together. 1. Know clearly what you want. Before you can ask for anything in life, you must first know clearly what it is that you truly want. This might sound simple, but it is one of the biggest reasons why many people never get what they dream of. They never stop to sit quietly with themselves and think deeply about what they actually want. Instead, they move through life on autopilot, following what others want, what society expects, or what seems popular at the moment. When asked about their goals, they give answers like, "I want to be happy," or "I want to be successful," or "I just want a better life." But these answers are too general, too broad, and too unclear to guide any real action. Imagine you walk into a restaurant and tell the waiter, "Bring me something good." The waiter will look at you with confusion because he does not know what good means to you. Do you like something spicy or sweet? Do you want something hot or cold, heavy or light? Without clarity, even the best waiter cannot bring you what you truly enjoy. In the same way, life itself needs your clear instructions. If your own mind and heart don't know what you truly want, how can you expect anyone else or even the universe to help you get it? Clarity is the first and most powerful step in the art of asking. It turns your vague wishes into real, concrete goals. It turns your random thoughts into strong intentions. When you know exactly what you want, you can ask for it with confidence and purpose instead of doubt and hesitation. You no longer sound unsure or afraid. You sound determined, and determination is something people respect and respond to. Think about your dreams and goals in detail. If you say, "I want a better job," that is only the beginning. What kind of job do you want? In what field? Doing what kind of work? What salary range are you aiming for? Where would you like to work, in your city, in another country, or even remotely? What kind of people do you want to work with? When you answer these questions, your mind becomes clearer and your goal becomes real instead of just an idea. The same rule applies to every area of life. If you want more respect, ask yourself, from whom? From your colleagues? From your family? From your community? And why do you want that respect? Is it to feel more confident, to have a stronger voice, or to lead others more effectively? When you know your reasons, your asking becomes more honest and meaningful. You can use this process for anything: better health, stronger relationships, financial security, personal growth, or even inner peace. Sit quietly with a notebook and write down your answers. Ask yourself, what exactly do I want in my career, in my family life, in my friendships, in my health and wellness, in my spiritual journey? Be as detailed as you can. Do not rush this process. Sometimes it may take days or weeks of reflection to truly discover what your heart really wants, not just what your mind thinks it should want. The power of knowing what you want is not only that it helps you ask better, it also guides your daily choices. When you are clear, you recognize opportunities faster because you know what fits your vision and what doesn't. You stop wasting energy on things that do not match your true goals. You stop chasing what others think is good and start focusing on what is truly good for you. Remember, clarity does not mean perfection. You don't need to know every small detail of the future. But you do need to know enough to ask for it in a way that feels real and honest. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be rich," you might say, I want to build a successful online business that allows me to earn enough to support my family and travel twice a year. This goal is clear, detailed, and feels personal. In the end, knowing clearly what you want is a gift you give to yourself. It makes you feel alive, focused, and motivated. It turns your asking from a quiet wish into a powerful statement of purpose. So, take the time to find this clarity, write it down, and let it guide your words, your questions, and your journey to getting what you truly want in life. 2. Believe that you deserve it. Even when you know exactly what you want, you might still find it hard to ask for it if, deep inside, you feel that you don't deserve it. This hidden belief is something many people struggle with every day, often without even realizing it. They look at their dreams and think, "Who am I to ask for more? Other people have bigger problems. I should just be grateful for what I already have." Of course, gratitude is a beautiful thing. It helps us appreciate the blessings we have right now. But gratitude should never stop us from dreaming, growing, and reaching for more. Being thankful for what you have does not mean you should ignore what your heart truly wants. Believing that you deserve good things in life is not about being selfish, greedy, or arrogant. It is about being human. From the moment you were born, you had the same right as anyone else to want love, success, respect, and happiness. You were not born to live a small, hidden life where you only watch others achieve their dreams. You were born to experience life fully, to grow, to learn, and to create your own path. When you deeply accept this truth, your dreams stop feeling like wishes and start feeling like possibilities. Think for a moment about the successful people you admire. Whether they are business leaders, artists, teachers, or athletes, they all have something in common. They ask for what they want. Sometimes they ask boldly. They request opportunities, negotiate salaries, seek guidance, and openly share their visions. What separates them from those who remain silent is not always talent, intelligence, or luck. Often, it is the simple belief that they are worthy of asking. They understand that wanting something and asking for it is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of knowing your own value. Building this belief in yourself does not happen overnight. It is like training a muscle. It takes time, practice, and patience. One way to begin is by paying attention to your small successes. Every time you achieve something, no matter how small, say to yourself, "I deserve this." It could be finishing a task you've been putting off, helping someone, or even just getting out of bed on a difficult day. Recognize these moments and let them remind you that you are capable and worthy. Another simple practice is learning to accept compliments gracefully. Many people, when they hear kind words, quickly reply with something like, "Oh, it was nothing," or "I just got lucky." Instead, try to pause, smile, and say, "Thank you." This small change teaches your mind to accept goodness without resistance. Over time, you start to see that receiving kindness, help, or praise is natural, and that asking for it can be natural too. It also helps to remember that asking is not begging. Begging comes from a place of fear and desperation. Asking comes from a place of respect, both for yourself and for others. When you ask, you are not taking something that doesn't belong to you. You are inviting someone to be part of your journey, your growth, and your dream. And in doing so, you create opportunities not only for yourself, but also for those who help you. When you truly believe that you deserve what you want, your words and your body language change. You speak with more confidence. Your eyes look directly into the eyes of the person you're asking, and your voice carries strength instead of fear. People notice this energy, and they respond to it. They become more open to saying yes because they can see that you respect both yourself and them. In the end, the belief that you deserve good things is not about thinking you are better than others. It is about knowing that you are not less than anyone else. You have the same right to ask, to hope, and to build the life you dream of. So, take a deep breath, look within, and remind yourself every day, I deserve to ask for what I truly want. I deserve to receive it. And I deserve to live a life that feels true to who I am. 3. Ask with honesty and respect. There is a right way and a wrong way to ask for what you want. Sadly, many people choose the wrong way without even noticing. They demand loudly. They try to control others through guilt. Or they complain endlessly, hoping someone will give them what they want just to stop the noise. Sometimes this approach works for a short time, but it often damages trust and relationships in the long run. People begin to avoid those who always demand or complain. What they forget is that the real art of asking is not about pushing others. It is about opening your heart and asking with honesty and respect. When you truly respect both yourself and the person you're asking, your words change. You speak clearly, gently, and directly. You do not hide your request behind manipulation or pressure. Instead, you say what you need in a way that honors your own voice and the other person's freedom to choose. For example, instead of saying, "You have to help me," or "If you don't help me, I'll be disappointed," you can say, "I would really appreciate it if you could help me with this," or "Would it be possible for you to support me in this way?" These simple, respectful words show the person that you value them as a human being, not just as a tool to get what you want. What many people don't realize is that when someone feels free to say yes or no, they often feel more comfortable saying yes. No one likes to feel trapped or pressured into helping. When you ask honestly and respectfully, you invite, rather than demand. This creates a space of trust, where the person you ask can decide from the heart, rather than from fear or guilt. Being honest is also about being clear about why you are asking. Instead of copying what others ask for, or asking because everyone else has it, you can share your real reason. For example, instead of saying, "I need this because it's popular," you can say, "I need this because it will help me move closer to my goal." When people hear your true motivation, they see your sincerity, and sincerity has a quiet power. It touches people's hearts because it feels real, and in today's world, real is rare. Respect also means listening carefully to the answer even when it's not what you hoped for. Sometimes the answer will be no. When that happens, it's easy to feel hurt, angry, or embarrassed. But remember, asking is not a game you play to always win. It is a way to build connections, to show others your dreams, and to invite them to be part of your journey. If someone says no, thank them anyway. Smile and say, "I understand. Thank you for considering it." This keeps the relationship warm and the door open for the future. Maybe one day they might say yes or help you in a different way. There's another quiet strength in asking respectfully. It teaches you to value yourself. When you ask without begging, demanding, or pretending, you show the world and yourself that your needs matter. But so do the choices of others. It is a balance of strength and kindness. This balance is at the heart of true confidence. It can help to practice asking in this way every day, even for small things. For example, you might ask a colleague, "Would you mind sharing your thoughts on this?" Or tell a friend, "I'd really appreciate your advice." The more you do this, the more natural it feels to speak openly and kindly. Over time, you'll notice people respond better to your requests, not because you force them, but because they felt respected and valued. In the end, asking with honesty and respect is about seeing both sides, you and the person you're asking, as human beings with feelings, choices, and dignity. You don't lose anything by being respectful. In fact, you gain trust, understanding, and real connections. These are worth far more than anything you could ever demand. So next time you need something, take a deep breath, speak clearly from your heart, and remember, asking is not about forcing someone to say yes. It's about giving them a real, honest chance to say yes. And often, that makes all the difference. 4. Ask the right person. Asking is a powerful skill, but even the most carefully spoken request will not bring you results if it is directed at the wrong person. This is a common mistake that many people make, often without realizing it. They gather their courage, prepare their words carefully, and then ask someone who simply cannot help them in the way they need. For example, imagine you want to start your own business. You might turn to a close friend because you trust them and feel comfortable talking to them. But if that friend has no experience in business, marketing, or finance, they will not be able to provide the guidance or resources you need, no matter how much they care about you. It is important to remember that comfort does not always equal capability. Just because someone is close to you or easy to talk to does not mean they have the knowledge or power to help with your specific goal. Before you ask, take a moment to think clearly. Who actually has the power, the knowledge, or the resources to help me? It could be someone you already know, such as a colleague, a teacher, or a family member who has experience in the area you are interested in. Or it might be someone you have not met yet, a professional in your field, a mentor, or even a person you admire from afar. Sometimes, the right person is not the one who feels easiest to approach, but the one who can truly open the door you need to walk through. Another important thing to understand is that the right person is not always the biggest or most famous person. Many people think they need to go straight to the top to ask the CEO of a large company or the most famous expert in their field. But often these people are extremely busy, and it can be difficult for them to give you their time and attention, especially if you are just starting out. Instead, you can begin smaller. Look for people who are closer to your own level, but still a few steps ahead. These individuals might be more willing to share advice, offer mentoring, or connect you with others who can help. They often remember what it was like to be where you are and may be eager to support someone on the same path. Asking the right person is not about trying to reach the highest mountain in a single jump. It is about finding stepping stones along the way. Each person you ask can help you move forward a little bit. Over time, these small steps add up, and you will find yourself closer to those who have greater influence and resources. By that point, you will also have gained more confidence, experience, and clarity in your requests, making your future asks more effective and easier to receive. Timing is also a crucial part of asking the right person. Sometimes, even if you ask the right person, the timing is wrong. If someone is under pressure, stressed, or distracted, they might say no. Not because they do not want to help, but because they do not have the energy or focus at that moment. Learning to recognize the right time to ask is an important skill. Sometimes simply asking, "Is this a good time to talk?" shows respect for the other person's schedule and increases your chances of receiving a positive response. Being patient and waiting for the right moment can make all the difference in how your request is received. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, don't forget to ask yourself. Often, we look outside for answers and help, forgetting that the person who can help us the most might be ourselves. Take time to reflect on your own skills and resources. Ask yourself questions like, what skills do I already have that I am not using? Or, what can I do right now to move forward, even if it is a small step? You may discover that you already have more power, ideas, or strength than you realized. Self-reflection is a powerful tool because it helps you see opportunities that were hidden before. In addition to asking yourself about your own abilities, consider asking, who else could help me? Or, am I limiting myself by only thinking about certain people? This helps you expand your view and notice people you may have overlooked. Sometimes, the right person to ask is not in your immediate circle, but in a different department at work, in a community group you belong to, or even somewhere in your online network. Expanding your search can lead to unexpected connections and new opportunities. In the art of asking, choosing who you ask is as important as how you ask. It is about looking beyond your comfort zone, thinking creatively, and remembering that help can come from unexpected places. So next time you have a request, pause and think carefully. Who is truly able, willing, and available to help me take this next step? By asking the right person at the right time, and also asking yourself what you can do, you bring yourself much closer to getting what you truly want. 5. Make it easy to say yes. When you want to get what you desire, one of the most important things to remember is that people are naturally busy. Everyone has their own tasks, responsibilities, and challenges to face every day. Because of this, many people feel afraid or unsure about committing to something that sounds too big, complicated, or unclear. If your request feels heavy or demanding, they might say no, not because they don't want to help, but because it feels too difficult for them to say yes. So, if you want someone to agree to your request, the best way is to make it as easy as possible for them to say yes. Think about how you feel when someone asks you for a favor. If the request is vague or too big, like, "Can you help me become successful?" you might feel overwhelmed. Success is a big word. It can mean many things, and it can take a lifetime to achieve. It's hard to say yes to something that seems too large or unclear. But if instead, the person asks, "Could you give me 10 minutes of advice on how to improve my presentation skills?" This feels much easier to accept. It is a small, clear, and specific request. It doesn't ask you to change someone's whole life, only to share a little bit of your time and knowledge. The same idea works when you ask for help with your business or projects. Instead of jumping straight to, "Can you invest in my company?" which can feel like a big risk or a big commitment, try starting with something lighter, like, "Would you be open to looking at my business plan and sharing your thoughts?" This type of request invites someone to take a small, manageable step without pressure. It allows them to feel comfortable and in control, which makes it much more likely they will say yes. When your request is clear, specific, and limited in scope, it feels lighter and easier for the other person to say yes. They don't feel like they are being asked to take on a huge responsibility or make a life-changing decision immediately. Instead, you give them a chance to help in a way that fits into their busy schedule and their current energy level. This kindness in your asking will be noticed and appreciated. Another way to make it easy for people to say yes is by showing them what's in it for them. This doesn't mean you have to offer something in return like a trade or a deal, but it means helping them see the value or benefit they will gain by saying yes. People naturally want to help when they believe it will also be good for them in some way. For example, if you want to collaborate on a project, explain how the project will help them grow their skills, meet new people, or reach their own goals. When people understand the positive outcome for themselves, they feel more motivated to agree. It's important to understand that showing what's in it for them is not about manipulation or tricking someone into saying yes. It is about understanding human nature and respecting the fact that everyone needs reasons to commit. When you explain the benefit clearly and honestly, you create a win-win situation where both sides feel good about the request. Also, keep your timing in mind. Sometimes even the easiest request can feel too much if it comes at a bad moment. Before you ask, think about whether the person might be stressed or busy. You can start by asking, "Is now a good time to talk?" Or, "Would it be okay if I ask you a quick question?" This small act of respect shows you care about their situation and increases the chance they will say yes. In addition to making your request easy, it's helpful to be polite and positive when you ask. People are more willing to help someone who is kind and grateful than someone who seems demanding or ungrateful. So use polite words like, "Please," "Thank you," and "I appreciate your time." This shows that you value their help, no matter the answer. In summary, Making it easy for others to say yes is about understanding their world. It's about keeping your requests small, clear, and respectful of their time and energy. It's about showing the value your request holds for them and choosing the right moment to ask. When you do this, you remove the pressure and open the door for positive responses. The art of asking is not just about what you say. It is about how you say it and how you consider the feelings and needs of others. When you master this, you create more opportunities and build stronger connections that help you get what you want. 6. Keep asking and never give up. One of the most important secrets to getting what you want in life is surprisingly simple, yet incredibly powerful. Keep asking. Many people make the mistake of asking only once. They put all their hope into a single attempt, and when they hear the word no, they give up and stop trying forever. But successful people understand that a no often means not yet. It is not the end of the road, but a sign that you need to keep going, keep learning, and keep asking. Persistence is what separates those who succeed from those who give up too soon. Think back to when you were a baby learning to walk. How many times did you fall down? It wasn't just a few times, it was hundreds of times. Each time you fell, you had the option to stop because it was difficult, uncomfortable, and even painful. But you didn't stop. You kept trying again and again until finally you succeeded. Asking for what you want works in the same way. Sometimes you ask, and the timing isn't right. Sometimes the person you ask is unable to help at that moment. But this does not mean your goal is impossible or that you are not worthy. It means you need to keep moving forward. Every no you receive is actually a step closer to a yes if you don't give up. When someone says no, it gives you a chance to learn. Instead of feeling defeated or discouraged, use the experience to improve. Ask yourself important questions. Was I clear about what I wanted? Did I ask the right person who could actually help me? Could I have explained my request better? Taking time to reflect on your approach allows you to make adjustments and improve your next request. Each no is not a rejection of you, but an opportunity to get better at asking. Another important part of never giving up is being willing to ask in different ways. If one door closes, don't stop knocking. Look around for other doors, other people, other opportunities, other paths that might lead you to your goal. Life has many possibilities, but it requires courage and persistence to find the right one. Sometimes the answer comes from someone you did not expect, or in a way you never imagined. Being flexible and creative in how you ask keeps your chances alive and increases your opportunities. Remember, the people who get what they want are not always the smartest, the most talented, or the most experienced. Many times they are simply the ones who refuse to give up. They keep knocking, keep learning, and keep trying no matter how many times they fail. Persistence becomes their greatest strength. They understand that success is rarely a straight path. It is a journey filled with challenges, lessons, and repeated efforts. It is the willingness to keep going that ultimately leads to achievement. Keeping a positive mindset is also key when facing rejection. Instead of seeing no as failure, try to view it as a temporary step on your path. Every great success story is filled with moments of rejection and disappointment. The difference is that successful people keep moving forward. They believe in their goals and in themselves, so they don't allow one or two setbacks to stop them. You must do the same. Keep your faith strong and your focus clear. Sometimes persistence means being patient. Some things take time to develop. A no today might become a yes in the future if you keep working on yourself and your request. Stay connected with people, nurture your relationships, and continue to show your value. When the timing is right, the answer will come. Patience and persistence work hand in hand to open doors that seemed closed before. It is also important to celebrate small victories along the way. Even if you don't get the big yes yet, recognize that any progress counts. Maybe someone gave you useful advice or a new door opened that you hadn't seen before. These small wins keep your motivation strong and remind you that your efforts are not wasted. Celebrate every step forward, no matter how small, because each step brings you closer to your goal. In summary, the art of asking is not about one big question or one perfect moment. It is about courage, persistence, and learning. Keep asking, keep refining your approach, and keep believing in your worth. Every time you ask, you grow stronger, wiser, and closer to the life you want. Never give up, because the next yes might be just around the corner. 7. Show gratitude and appreciation. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces you can use in the art of asking. It acts like a magnet that draws help, kindness, and positive energy toward you. When someone offers you help, no matter how small or simple the favor might seem, it is important to thank them sincerely. This act of gratitude does far more than just show good manners. It strengthens your relationships and encourages people to help you again in the future. Imagine a situation where you helped two different people. One of them says quickly, "Okay, thanks," and then walks away without much reaction. The other person looks you in the eye, smiles warmly, and says, "Thank you so much. Your help made a real difference for me." Which person would you be more willing to help again? Of course, the one who showed true appreciation. When people feel appreciated, they feel connected and valued. This connection builds trust and goodwill, making them want to support you again. Gratitude also shows respect for the time, effort, and care someone has given you. When you ask for something and receive help, the other person has made a choice to give you their energy. Saying thank you honors their kindness and acknowledges their generosity. It creates a positive cycle where both people feel good, both the helper and the person being helped. But gratitude doesn't stop at simply saying thank you. Another important part is sharing the results of their help. For example, if someone gave you advice or support and it made a difference in your life, tell them about it. You might say, "I tried what you suggested, and it really helped me succeed." This feedback shows that you value their contribution and that their efforts were not wasted. It helps people see that they played a meaningful role in your success, which encourages them to continue supporting others. When you share your success stories, you also create a deeper connection. People feel proud to be part of your journey, and it gives them a sense of purpose. This kind of positive feedback strengthens relationships and builds a network of mutual support. In the long run, these relationships become one of your greatest resources. Gratitude is not just about other people. It is also about yourself and your life. Be thankful for the courage you had to ask in the first place. Asking can be difficult, sometimes scary, because it means putting your needs and desires out into the world. Recognize your bravery in taking that step. Also, be thankful for the lessons you learn from every no. Each rejection teaches you something valuable and helps you grow stronger and wiser. Even if you don't get what you asked for, gratitude helps you see the experience as a positive one. When you practice gratitude regularly, your mindset changes. You start to notice the good things around you more often. You become more patient, kinder, and more open to opportunities. Gratitude transforms your attitude from one of lack to one of abundance. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, you appreciate what you do have. This positive energy makes your asking more genuine and attractive. In addition, gratitude makes you more pleasant to be around. People naturally want to be near those who are thankful and positive. It creates a friendly and warm atmosphere, which makes others more willing to help. When you show appreciation, you are not just building relationships. You are building a community of support. A simple practice to develop gratitude is to take time each day to reflect on what you are thankful for. It can be something as small as a smile from a stranger, a helpful message, or even the chance to try again after a setback. Writing these moments down in a journal can help you remember and appreciate them fully. In summary, showing gratitude and appreciation is a key part of the art of asking. It is not just about good manners. It is about building strong, lasting relationships based on respect and kindness. When you thank people sincerely, share the results of their help, and appreciate your own journey, you create a positive cycle that opens more doors for you. Gratitude turns every request into a meaningful experience, whether the answer is yes or no. It is the secret that transforms asking from a simple act into a powerful connection between people. 8. Practice, reflect, and grow. The art of asking is like any other skill, it improves with practice. No one is born knowing exactly how to ask well. It is something you learn over time by trying again and again. At first, asking might feel uncomfortable or even scary. You might worry about being rejected, misunderstood, or judged. But the good news is, the more you practice, the easier it becomes. Like learning to ride a bike or play an instrument, asking becomes more natural and confident the more you do it. A great way to start practicing is with small, simple requests in your daily life. These small asks are low risk and help you build confidence step by step. For example, ask a friend to join you for a walk in the park. This is a small, easy request that helps you get comfortable with asking. Or ask a colleague for feedback on a piece of work. This shows you value their opinion and opens the door for more communication. You might also ask a family member for help with something simple, like setting the table or explaining a recipe. These everyday asks are important practice. They help you learn how to speak clearly, how to be polite, and how to listen to the response. After each time you ask, take a moment to reflect quietly with yourself. Reflection is a powerful tool for growth. Ask yourself some questions. Did I feel nervous or shy? Why did I feel that way? Was I clear in what I asked for? Did I use kind and respectful words? How did the other person respond? Were they open or hesitant? What could I do differently next time? This kind of honest reflection helps you understand what works well and what could be improved. It turns each asking experience into a lesson. Sometimes your first attempts might not go perfectly, and that's okay. Mistakes are part of learning. Maybe you asked too much at once, or your words were unclear. Maybe you asked the wrong person or at the wrong time. Each experience gives you information you can use to get better. Over time, these small improvements add up. You start to feel more comfortable speaking your needs and dreams out loud. As you practice, you will also notice changes inside yourself. Your confidence will grow. You will begin to believe more in your right to ask and your ability to communicate. Your words will become clearer and more powerful. Asking will feel less scary and more like a natural way to connect with others. This confidence is a key part of the art of asking because when you believe in yourself, others are more likely to believe in you too. Along with personal confidence, you will start to see real results from your asking. More doors will open for you. You may receive new opportunities at work, invitations to events, helpful advice from mentors, or even emotional support from friends and family. Your relationships will deepen because asking honestly creates trust and openness. And as you get closer to your goals, you feel more motivated to keep going. Remember, asking is not about being demanding or pushing people to give you what you want. It is about being brave enough to say clearly, "This is what I need," or "This is what I dream of." It is a way to share your true self with the world. When you combine a clear intention with belief in yourself, respect for others, and the courage to persist, asking becomes one of the most powerful tools you have to create the life you want. It helps to think of asking as a journey, not a one-time event. Each ask is a step on the path toward your dreams. Some steps are small, some big, some easy, some difficult. But every step moves you forward. When you practice regularly, reflect honestly, and learn from each experience, you develop a skill that will serve you throughout your life. You will find it easier to build the career you want, nurture the relationships you value, and take care of your own happiness. In the end, practicing the art of asking is also a practice of self-love. It is about recognizing that your needs matter, that your voice matters, that your dreams are worth sharing. The more you practice, the more you honor your own worth, and the more you invite others to do the same. So start today. Make a small ask. Notice how it feels. Reflect on the experience. And then try again. With every ask, you grow stronger, wiser, and closer to the life you imagine. The art of asking is a skill anyone can learn. And with practice, it becomes a powerful key to unlock your greatest possibilities. Final thoughts. Turn asking into a way of life. At the end of the day, getting what you want often begins with a simple question. It starts with the questions you dare to ask yourself and the questions you have the courage to ask the world around you. Life rarely gives us what we want without effort or action. But there is a powerful truth. Life often responds to those who ask with courage, clarity, and respect. Asking is not just a one-time act. It can become a way of life that shapes your path and creates your opportunities. Throughout this journey, remember the 8 important points that guide the art of asking. First, it is essential to know clearly what you want. Without clarity, your requests will be uncertain, and you may not receive what truly matters to you. Second, believe that you deserve what you desire. This belief gives your asking strength and confidence. Third, always ask with honesty and respect. When you are sincere and kind, people are more willing to listen and help. Fourth, ask the right person, the one who has the knowledge, power, or resources to assist you. Choosing wisely makes a big difference. Fifth, make it easy for others to say yes by keeping your requests clear, simple, and respectful of their time. Sixth, keep asking and never give up. Persistence turns many no's into yeses over time. Seventh, show gratitude and appreciation for every help you receive. Gratitude strengthens relationships and encourages others to support you again. Finally, practice, reflect, and grow. Each time you ask, learn from the experience and become better at expressing your needs. When you make asking a natural part of your life, you shift from waiting for opportunities to creating them. You move from simply dreaming to taking action toward your goals. Step by step, question by question, you begin to realize that the life you want is not out of reach. It is closer than you think. So, ask boldly and wisely. Trust that your questions matter. Remember that sometimes, the only difference between where you are now and where you want to be is just one question. Embrace the art of asking and watch how it transforms your life.